Overcoming loneliness. In this day and age where we are faced with ample environmental challenges such as facing a pandemic, immigrating to a new city or place, or an inability to make friends or create a social group, this may inadvertently lead to feelings of loneliness. In order to know how to overcome loneliness, we first need to understand what is loneliness. Loneliness is a deep sense or experience of sadness or dismay due to feelings of disconnect or isolation. Loneliness is when one feels a lack of connection or belongingness to one's social environment, regardless of whether one is or not physically surrounded by their social group. In other words, one can feel lonely when physically isolated, and one can also feel lonely even amongst a group of people due to the lack of emotional connection or sense of belongingness one feels with another. Loneliness is different from solitude, as solitude is the state of being alone without being lonely. It is a positive and constructive state of engagement with oneself, and not the same as loneliness. Solitude is healthy, but loneliness is not, and may lead to debilitating physical and mental health effects. So, what are some characteristics of loneliness? When one is lonely, one may experience any or all of these states: feelings of sadness, emptiness, hopelessness, and a deep, wishful desire for a deeper sense of connection with another. It is said that extroverted people who tend to be energized by the external environment are more susceptible to feeling lonely than introverts when experiencing physical isolation. So, what are some best ways to overcome loneliness? Like everything else in life, the first thing to realize is that loneliness is not a permanent state. It shall also come to pass, like everything else in life that moves forward dynamically in congruence with the laws of nature. It is essential to know that you are not stuck in it forever. Second, no matter how bad you feel, like every negative emotion, do not allow it to brew. Dwelling on sadness or similar negative states makes them even stronger, and it is important to do everything in your way to get out of the situation as soon as you realize that you're entering a negative downward spiral of emotions. So, how do we prevent it from brewing? This takes us to step 3. Think, feel, behave in ways that would move you towards a more joyful state of mind. For instance, think of a funny past event that would make you laugh every time you thought about it. Or take action and get out of the house or commute to a place where you're exposed to sunshine, music, people, or nature. Anything that makes you feel lighter, brighter, and freer. In other words, do everything in your way to distract yourself from the brewing. You can acknowledge how you feel and certainly validate your experience of loneliness, but do not dwell on it. Do not marinate negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions. A helpful activity you could try is to ask yourself this question: what is the happiest place in the world for you right now? The answer does not have to be lofty or extravagant. Something realistic, simple, yet effective in enhancing your mood. For example, when I ask myself this question, I would say the happiest place in the world for me right now is a doggy park, where I can take my puppy on his play dates and I'm surrounded by little fluffy animals that look like the world's cutest soft toys have come to life. Being in a doggy park fills my heart with joy, and I get to make friends with other doggy owners. This is just one example of what you could do to change your state of mind. When you are in a joyful place, a place of gratitude, then feelings of loneliness and isolation gradually recede. Take action, be consistent. If you do not have access to your happy place, simply use the art of visualization. Another question you could ask is, what fills your life with meaning and purpose? I know this may be a loaded, very philosophical question, but again, allow the answer to be simple, practical, in the here and now, especially if you're feeling great levels of current loneliness. Some examples could be helping people or being of service to those in need, or feeling loved and connected with other fellow human beings. Remember, no matter how bad you feel, there is always someone out there who is worse off and could receive your kindness and love. Perhaps you could volunteer or join a local club in your community to feel a sense of connection with others. Taking part in activities that you like and fulfill you will also take you towards people who are like minded and you can more easily connect with. So, when it comes to overcoming loneliness, the bottom line is to feel a sense of connection or belongingness to someone or something. Be brave, get out there, and do what makes you feel more connected. Believe it or not, it shall all come to pass, and you will feel better faster than you know it.